Mina, a young girl of 16, worked every day at the big office building where her father was a janitor. She swept the floors, dusted the tables, and made sure the lobby always looked neat and clean. Mina liked her routine. The smell of polish, the quiet hum of office machines, and the soft tapping of shoes on the marble floors made her feel calm. She enjoyed small things, like arranging chairs in a straight line or noticing how the sunlight made patterns on the floor through the tall glass windows. Her father, Mr. Rahim, often reminded her to be careful and polite. "Mina," he would say, "always stay out of trouble and help people when you can, but never put yourself in danger." Mina nodded and did her work carefully. She never imagined that today would be a day full of surprises. It started with a sound she usually ignored. The phone at the receptionist's desk rang loudly, echoing in the empty lobby. Normally, the receptionist would answer, but today the desk was empty. Mina stopped sweeping and looked at the phone. Her heart skipped a beat. She had never answered the phone before. Phones were for the office staff, not for janitors or their children. But the ringing was insistent. Mina thought about leaving it, but curiosity won. She carefully picked up the receiver. "Hello?" she said, her voice trembling slightly. There was silence for a moment, then a man's voice came through the line. It was firm and urgent. "Is this Mina? I am calling about Mr. Khan. This is very important. Please listen carefully." Mina blinked. How did he know her name? And who was Mr. Khan? She had seen him once before in the building. He was a tall man with a kind smile who walked quickly between offices. She had never spoken to him, but she knew he was important. The man continued. "A contract has been sent to Mr. Khan. It is fake. If he signs it, he will lose a lot of money. We need someone to warn him immediately." Mina's heart raced. She was just a janitor's daughter. How could she warn a millionaire businessman? She looked around the lobby, which was quiet and empty except for her. She took a deep breath. She remembered her father's words. "Help people when you can." I can try," Mina said carefully. "Good," the man replied. "Please go to his office. Tell him not to sign anything. Make sure he knows the contract is fake." Mina felt a mixture of fear and determination. She had never entered the offices before. It was not allowed. She was only supposed to stay in the lobby and clean. But something in her chest told her she had to help. She held the phone tightly and ran toward the elevators. Her legs moved fast, her heart beating harder with every step. She pressed the button for the floor she knew Mr. Khan worked on. The elevator doors closed slowly, and she felt a strange mix of excitement and worry. When the elevator opened, Mina stepped out quietly. The long hallway stretched before her. Doors lined both sides, each with the name of a person who worked in the office. She walked carefully, hoping no one would stop her. Finally, she reached a glass door with a nameplate that read Mr. Khan. She paused. What if he didn't believe her? What if she was laughed at or ignored? She swallowed her fear and knocked gently on the door. A voice from inside said, "Yes? Who is it?" I am Mina," she said, her voice trembling but firm. "I work in the lobby. I need to tell you something important. Please listen. It is about a contract. It is not real. Someone is trying to trick you." Inside, a man stood up. It was Mr. Khan. He looked at her with surprise and curiosity. He was not angry, not impatient. He studied her face for a moment. "Why are you telling me this?" he asked. Mina lifted the phone slightly as proof. "I heard it on the phone," she said. "Someone called about the contract. It is dangerous. Please do not sign anything." Mr. Khan paused and then nodded slowly. There was something in Mina's eyes that made him believe her. She was just a girl, but she sounded serious. She sounded honest. "All right," he said finally. "Tell me everything you heard." Mina took a deep breath and began to explain. She was no longer just a janitor's daughter. She was a messenger, and without realizing it, she had taken her first step into a situation that could change her life forever. Mina's heart was still pounding as she stood in front of Mr. Khan. She had never spoken to a millionaire before, and now she was explaining something very serious. Her hands were slightly shaking, but she forced herself to stay calm. Mr. Khan looked at her carefully. He had a calm face, but Mina could see the worry in his eyes. "A fake contract?" he asked slowly. "Who would do something like that?" "I don't know," Mina admitted honestly. The man on the phone didn't say his name. "He only told me that the contract is dangerous and could make you lose a lot of money. He asked me to warn you immediately." Mr. Khan walked toward his desk and picked up the contract he had been about to sign earlier that morning. The paper looked official. There were stamps, signatures, and logos that made it appear real. Mina stared at it. She did not understand all the details, but she knew one thing. If someone was trying to trick Mr. Khan, this could ruin him. "You came all this way just to warn me?" Mr. Khan asked. His voice was soft now, not angry or doubtful. Mina nodded. "Yes, I could not ignore it. I know I am just a janitor's daughter, but I had to try. Please do not sign it until you are sure it is real." Mr. Khan studied her face again. There was something different about Mina. She was small, quiet, and simple, but her eyes were strong. There was honesty in her words. Most people who tried to help in business matters were looking for attention or reward. Mina was not. She was only trying to do the right thing. He leaned back in his chair and thought for a moment. Then he smiled slightly. "All right, we will check this carefully. But Mina, you are brave to come here and speak up. Many people would have been too scared or too shy." Mina blushed. She did not think she was brave. She was just trying to do what was right. "First," Mr. Khan continued, "we need to find out who sent this fake contract. Do you remember anything else from the phone call? Any names, numbers, or company details?" Mina nodded. "Yes. The man said it came from a company pretending to offer a business deal. He did not give his name, but he asked me to call you directly. He said time is very important." Mr. Khan frowned. "Time is always important," he said. "We must act quickly before any damage is done." He walked over to his computer and began typing. Mina watched silently, amazed at how quickly he worked. She noticed that even a man who had everything in the world could be careful, patient, and serious about protecting it. She realized that honesty and courage mattered as much as money and power. After a few minutes, Mr. Khan spoke.
"Mina, I need you to stay with me while I make some calls."
"We need to warn the authorities and check the details of the company that sent the fake contract."
"Can you do that?"
Mina swallowed her fear and nodded. "Yes, I will do whatever I can." Mr. Khan smiled. "Good, you have a brave heart. That is rare in this world." Mina felt a strange pride. She was just a girl from the lobby, yet she was now part of an important mission. She could hardly believe it herself, but she felt ready to help in any way she could. For the next hour, she stayed by Mr. Khan's side. They made calls, checked emails, and compared the contract with other documents to see if anything looked suspicious. Mina learned quickly. She noticed small details like missing stamps or incorrect signatures that could prove the contract was fake. Her sharp eyes and attention to detail helped Mr. Khan understand the danger. By the end of the hour, they had a clear idea of what was happening. Someone was trying to trick Mr. Khan and steal from him. Mina could see the relief on Mr. Khan's face as he realized the danger had been discovered before it was too late. "You did very well, Mina," he said softly. "Most people would not have had the courage to answer that phone and warn me. You acted with honesty and speed. You saved a lot of trouble." Mina smiled shyly. She did not feel like a hero, but she felt proud that she had helped. Her mind raced with questions. Who was behind the fake contract? How had they planned to trick Mr. Khan? Could she help stop them completely? Little did Mina know that this was only the beginning. The next steps would be more challenging, and she would need all her courage and intelligence to face what was coming. But for now, she felt a spark of confidence. She had helped a millionaire, and she had learned that even the smallest person could make a big difference. Mina felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness as she prepared to take the next step. She had never been inside the offices before, except for quick trips to deliver cleaning supplies with her father. Now, she was going to walk further into the building to a part she had never explored. Mr. Khan, calm and focused, had explained what to do. The fake contract had come from a company pretending to offer a business deal. Mina's job was simple but important: deliver the warning to the right people, stay alert, and help collect information. Mina clutched the phone in one hand and the contract in the other. Her legs moved quickly, almost running, but she reminded herself to stay quiet. She did not want anyone in the building to know that she was carrying sensitive information. Each step echoed lightly against the polished floor. She glanced at the office doors lining the hallway. Each door was a small barrier between her and the truth. She had never thought she would feel this kind of tension in her life. Finally, she reached the office of Mr. Khan's assistant, a young man named Omar. Omar looked up from his desk in surprise. "Mina? What are you doing here? I have something important," Mina said, holding up the contract. This is not real. Someone is trying to trick Mr. Khan. You must check everything before it is too late. Omar frowned, but he saw the seriousness in her eyes. He motioned for her to come in. Show me everything, he said. Mina handed him the papers and explained what she had heard on the phone. She described the voice of the caller, the company name, and the urgency. Omar listened carefully, his eyes widening. He quickly understood that this was not a simple mistake or a misunderstanding. We must act fast, Omar said. If Mr. Khan signs this contract, it could create huge problems for him and the company. Mina nodded. She felt proud that she could help, but also nervous. This was a big responsibility for someone so young. She had never imagined that answering a phone call would lead to something so serious. Omar picked up the phone and made several calls. Mina stayed close, listening to the conversations and learning how to handle urgent situations. She noticed that every second counted. The people on the other end of the line were serious, professional, and careful. Mina realized how important it was to be precise, honest, and quick. After some time, Omar turned to her. Mina, you have been very brave. Most people would have ignored this call or been too scared. You are helping us stop something very bad from happening. Mina smiled shyly. She did not feel brave. She only felt determined. She wanted to do the right thing, and helping Mr. Khan seemed like the right choice. Suddenly, Omar received an email. His eyes widened as he read it. This is it, he said. The company that sent the fake contract has another document ready. They want Mr. Khan to sign it today. We need to move quickly. Mina's heart raced. The situation was more urgent than she had imagined. She had helped so far, but now it was time to act even faster. Omar and Mina walked quickly to Mr. Khan's office. He was waiting, reviewing the details on his computer. Mr. Khan, Omar said, we need to verify this company and prevent the contract from being signed immediately. Mina looked at the contract again. She felt a sense of responsibility. This paper could cause huge problems if it reached the wrong hands. She remembered the voice on the phone and the urgency in that voice. Every second mattered. Mr. Khan nodded. Let's check everything together. Mina, I want you to stay here and help me verify the details. Your sharp eyes and quick thinking can help us catch any mistake. Mina felt a wave of confidence. She had never imagined that her simple job of cleaning the lobby could lead to something so important. But now she realized that courage, honesty, and attention to detail could make a difference. Together, they worked carefully. Mina pointed out small mistakes in the contract, things that looked unusual or out of place. Mr. Khan and Omar checked the company's records and discovered that the deal was indeed a fake. The people behind it were trying to trick him into signing a dangerous contract. Mina's heart swelled with pride. She had helped prevent a disaster. But she knew the day was not over. There were still steps to take, still people to warn, and the challenge was far from finished. She took a deep breath, ready to face whatever came next. She had answered one unexpected call, and it had changed everything. Now she realized that courage and honesty could create real results, no matter who you were or where you came from. After confirming that the contract was fake, Mr. Khan turned to Mina with a serious expression. The danger was not over yet. The people who had tried to trick him might try again if they realized someone had discovered their plan. He needed a clear strategy to stop them. Mina, he said, we must be careful. We cannot act too quickly, but we also cannot wait too long. These people are smart, and they will try another trick if we are not ready. Mina nodded, feeling both nervous and excited. She was learning more about the business world than she had ever imagined. She had always thought of offices as quiet, serious places where people sat at desks. Now she saw that decisions could be dangerous, and honesty and courage mattered more than anything. First, Mr. Khan continued, we need to gather more information about the company that sent the fake contract. Do you remember everything the man on the phone said? Yes, Mina replied. He mentioned a company offering a new business deal. He did not give his name, but he said the contract is fake and dangerous. He asked me to warn you. Good, Mr. Khan said. We will use this information. Omar, please start checking the company records online and see if there are any clues. Mina, I want you to help. Look for anything unusual in their emails or documents. Every small detail can be important. Mina felt a little overwhelmed. She had never used a computer for business before. She usually helped her father clean the lobby, not search for corporate information. But Mr. Khan's confidence in her made her believe that she could do it. She took a deep breath and focused. Hours passed as they worked carefully. Mina learned how to look for hidden mistakes and signs of dishonesty. She noticed that some letters in the contract were slightly different from usual, and the stamps did not match the company's real documents. Every small observation she made helped Mr. Khan and Omar build a clear picture. Finally, Mr. Khan stood up. "We have enough information to act," he said. "But we must be careful. We cannot let them know that we are aware of their plan. Mina, you will stay with me on the phone and give me details of anything suspicious. We need someone to watch the fake company while we prepare to confront them." Mina nodded. She felt her pulse quicken. She could not believe how important her role had become. She had never thought that a simple phone call would lead to this. She realized that even small actions could make a huge difference if done with courage and honesty. The next step was planning the confrontation. Mr. Khan spoke quietly, explaining how they would go to the company, gather proof, and inform the authorities. Mina listened carefully. She memorized each instruction, ready to help in any way she could. "You will stay close," Mr. Khan said. "Watch carefully and make notes. Your attention to detail has already helped us, and it will be important now." Mina felt proud. She had never imagined that her small skills, observing carefully, remembering details, and being brave, would be so valuable. She realized that courage was not only about facing danger, but also about staying calm and doing the right thing even when scared. As they finalized the plan, Mina noticed how calm Mr. Khan remained despite the danger. He was serious and careful, but he trusted her and Omar. That trust made her feel responsible and strong. She promised herself that she would not let him down. Finally, the plan was ready. Mina, Mr. Khan, and Omar would confront the fake company, gather evidence, and stop the people trying to cheat them. Everything depended on timing, attention, and courage. Mina felt her heart race with anticipation. This was no longer just a warning call. It was a real mission, and she was part of it. She looked at Mr. Khan and Omar. "I am ready," she said. Mr. Khan smiled. "Good. Stay alert, be careful, and remember everything you have learned. Today, honesty and courage will win." Mina took a deep breath. She had answered one unexpected phone call that morning, and now that call had led her into a plan that could stop a big mistake. She realized that even someone small and quiet could change the outcome of important events with bravery and honesty. The next morning, Mina arrived at the office building earlier than usual. Today was not a day for cleaning or routine tasks. Today, she was part of something important, something that could change lives. She felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. She was about to confront people who had tried to trick Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan and Omar arrived shortly after her. Mr. Khan was calm, but his eyes were focused. Omar carried files and documents ready to show proof of the fake contract. Mina followed them closely, holding her notebook where she had written all the details she had observed. Every small observation could be important in proving the truth. They arrived at the office of the company that had sent the fake contract. The building was tall and modern, with glass doors and shiny floors. Mina noticed the employees moving about quietly, unaware that their plan was about to be discovered. Mr. Khan took a deep breath. "Stay close and pay attention," he said to Mina and Omar. "We need to be careful but firm." "We cannot allow any mistakes," Mina nodded. Her heart beat fast, but she felt ready. She had already helped gather information, and now it was time to see the results of their careful work. They entered the office. Mina kept quiet, her eyes scanning the room. She noticed small details, the same type of stamps she had seen on the fake contract, signatures that looked copied, and papers lying in disorganized piles. These were the clues that proved something was wrong. A man approached them, surprised to see visitors. "Can I help you?" he asked. "Yes," Mr. Khan said calmly. "I am Mr. Khan. I received a contract from your company. We have discovered that it is fake. We have proof and the authorities have been informed. You cannot trick anyone else with this plan." The man's face changed. He looked nervous. He had not expected someone like Mr. Khan to investigate so quickly, and he certainly had not expected a young girl to be part of it. Mina stepped forward. She held up her notebook. "I noticed small mistakes in your contract," she said. "The stamps are not real. Some letters are wrong. Your signatures do not match the company documents. You tried to trick Mr. Khan, and I am here to make sure the truth is known." The room went quiet. The employees stared at Mina, surprised that someone so young and quiet had discovered the errors. Mr. Khan and Omar presented their evidence carefully, showing the fake stamps, wrong letters, and documents that did not match the company's real records. The man who had approached them looked worried. He realized their plan had failed. We did not expect this, he said slowly. Mr. Khan's voice was calm but firm. Honesty is more important than money or tricks. You cannot cheat people and expect to succeed. The authorities will handle this matter now. At that moment, 2 officers entered the room. They had been called by Mr. Khan and Omar earlier. They carefully examined the documents and confirmed that the contract was indeed fake. The people who tried to trick Mr. Khan were asked to provide explanations, and their actions were officially recorded. Mina watched quietly. She felt proud but also amazed. She had never imagined that a simple phone call could lead to this moment. She had played a small part, but that part was important. Her observations, honesty, and courage had helped stop a serious problem. Mr. Khan turned to her with a smile. "You did very well, Mina," he said softly. "You noticed things that even adults might have missed. Your attention to detail and your courage helped prevent a disaster." Mina blushed. She had not expected praise. She felt happy and proud, but most of all she felt that she had done the right thing. As the officers left, Mr. Khan spoke again. "Today, you have proven that even a small person can make a big difference. Courage, honesty, and careful observation matter more than anything." Mina nodded. She realized that her life had changed. She had faced a challenge she never imagined, and she had succeeded. The fake contract had been stopped, the people behind it were held accountable, and she had played a role in it. For the first time, Mina felt that her small actions could lead to real change. She understood that being brave and honest, even when scared, could create results that mattered. Today was a proof that anyone, no matter who they were, could make a difference in the world. After the officers left, the office felt calm again. The tension that had filled the room slowly disappeared, leaving behind a sense of relief. Mina sat quietly, holding her notebook, her heart still racing. She could hardly believe what had happened. Just a few hours ago, she had been cleaning the lobby, and now she had helped stop a dangerous situation and protect a millionaire from losing everything. Mr. Khan looked at her with a warm smile. "Mina," he said softly, "I want you to know how much your actions mean. You could have ignored the phone call. You could have been too scared to do anything. But you did not. You were brave, honest, and careful. You helped prevent a big mistake." Mina felt her cheeks turn red. She had never thought of herself as brave. She was just a janitor's daughter, someone who cleaned floors and dusted tables. But hearing Mr. Khan's words made her feel proud. She realized that courage was not about being fearless. It was about doing the right thing even when you were afraid. Omar, Mr. Khan's assistant, nodded in agreement. "She noticed the small mistakes in the contract," he said. "Those little details helped us understand that it was fake. Without her help, we might not have realized it in time." Mina smiled shyly. She had never expected recognition. She had only wanted to help. But now she saw that her actions mattered. She felt a strange sense of confidence, knowing that even someone small could make a difference when they were honest and careful. Mr. Khan stood up and walked over to a shelf in his office. He picked up a small folder and handed it to Mina. "This is for you," he said. "It contains documents about the company and also some tips for recognizing fake contracts. I want you to keep learning. You have a sharp mind and I believe you can do great things." Mina accepted the folder with both hands. She felt a mix of excitement and gratitude. She had never thought about learning about contracts or companies, but now she was curious. She wanted to understand more and help in any way she could. "Thank you, sir," Mina said softly. "I will try my best." Mr. Khan smiled. "I know you will. Today you proved that honesty and courage can create real results. Remember that lesson. It will guide you in life." For the rest of the day, Mina stayed with Mr. Khan and Omar, observing how they handled their work. She learned about careful planning, verifying information, and making decisions step by step. She realized that even in a big office, small actions and careful observations could change outcomes. Later, when Mina returned home, her father noticed something different in her. She seemed taller, more confident, and more focused. "Mina," he said, "you look different today. What happened?" Mina smiled and told him everything. She explained how she had answered a phone call, discovered a fake contract, and helped Mr. Khan stop the people who tried to trick him. Her father listened quietly, his eyes wide with surprise and pride. "Mina, he said finally. "I always knew you were special. Today you proved that being honest and brave can make a big difference. I am very proud of you." Mina felt warmth in her heart. She had started the day thinking it would be ordinary, but it had turned into something extraordinary. She realized that courage and honesty were stronger than fear and doubt. That night, as she went to bed, Mina thought about the day's events. She remembered the phone call, the running through the office, the tense moments with the contract, and the final confrontation. Each memory reminded her that small actions, when done with care and honesty, could create big changes. She also realized that people noticed honesty and courage. Even someone like her, a janitor's daughter, could make a difference when she believed in doing what was right. That thought made her feel happy and hopeful. Mina fell asleep with a smile on her face. She had learned a lesson that she would never forget. Bravery and honesty could protect others, solve problems, and even change lives. She knew that her life was beginning to change in small but meaningful ways, and she was ready for whatever challenges would come next. The morning after the confrontation, Mina arrived at the office building with a mix of nervousness and excitement. The events of the previous day still felt like a dream, but she knew they had been real. She had helped stop a fake contract, and her actions had earned the respect and trust of Mr. Khan and his team. As she walked through the lobby, Mr. Khan appeared from his office and called her name. "Mina," he said, smiling warmly, "I want to speak with you." Mina hurried over, holding her cleaning supplies. She was used to simple tasks, but today she felt as though something important awaited her. "I have been thinking about your role yesterday," Mr. Khan began. "You showed courage, honesty, and attention to detail. You noticed things that most people would have overlooked. I want to offer you an opportunity." Mina's eyes widened. She had not expected anything like this. "Opportunity?" she asked softly. "Yes," Mr. Khan said. "I would like you to join my office team in a special position where you can learn about business, contracts, and problem solving. You will still be yourself, but you will have the chance to grow and gain experience. You will also help ensure that no one tries to trick the company again." Mina felt a mix of excitement and disbelief. She had never imagined that answering one phone call could lead to something like this. She remembered how nervous she had been, how she had run through the office, and how she had stayed calm to give details. It all felt like a long journey in a short time. I would be honored, sir," she said. "I will do my best," Mr. Khan smiled. "I know you will. Courage and honesty are more valuable than any skill. You have both, and that is why I trust you." Omar, standing nearby, nodded. "You have already proven yourself, Mina. Now you will have a chance to learn more and contribute even further." Mina felt proud. She realized that her life was changing in ways she had never imagined. She had always thought of herself as a simple janitor's daughter, someone who cleaned floors and dusted tables, but now she knew that courage, honesty, and determination could create real opportunities. For the next few weeks, Mina worked closely with Mr. Khan and Omar. She learned how contracts were checked, how companies were verified, and how important careful observation was in business. She discovered that small details, like the placement of stamps or the shape of letters, could make a big difference. Every day she grew more confident and skilled. Her father noticed the change in her too. "Mina," he said one evening, "you seem stronger and happier. I am proud of you. You are learning important things and showing everyone how brave and smart you are." Mina smiled. She felt grateful for her father's support and guidance. She realized that courage was not only about facing challenges, but also about trusting yourself and learning from experience. One afternoon, Mr. Khan called a meeting with the entire office. "I want everyone to know," he said, "that yesterday a young girl helped prevent a serious problem for the company. Her honesty, courage, and sharp thinking made a real difference. Let's all remember that anyone, no matter who they are, can make a positive impact." Mina felt a warm glow in her heart. She had never expected recognition, but it felt good to know that her actions mattered. She understood that life could bring unexpected challenges, and facing them with honesty and courage could change everything. As she returned to her desk, she thought about the journey from the lobby to the offices, from a simple cleaning job to being part of important decisions. She realized that opportunities often came to those who were ready to act with bravery and honesty. Mina smiled. She had learned many lessons. Courage could create results, honesty could earn trust, and small actions could make a big difference. Her life had changed because she had answered one unexpected phone call. She looked at her notebook, her files, and the office around her. Everything felt new and exciting. Mina knew that challenges would come again, but she felt ready. She was no longer just a janitor's daughter. She was a young girl with courage, honesty, and a bright future. From that day forward, Mina worked hard, learned quickly, and grew into a person others could rely on. She had discovered that even small actions could lead to big changes. Life was full of surprises, and she was ready to face them with confidence, honesty, and courage. Mina's story became a quiet inspiration for everyone in the office. People remembered that it was not only wealth or power that made a difference. Sometimes it was the courage of a single, honest person that could protect, inspire, and change lives. And for Mina, it was just the beginning of a life full of opportunities, challenges, and lessons she was ready to embrace. Mina, a young girl of 16, worked every day at the big office building where her father was a janitor. She swept the floors, dusted the tables, and made sure the lobby always looked neat and clean. Mina liked her routine. The smell of polish, the quiet hum of office machines, and the soft tapping of shoes on the marble floors made her feel calm. She enjoyed small things like arranging chairs in a straight line or noticing how the sunlight made patterns on the floor through the tall glass windows. Her father, Mr. Rahim, often reminded her to be careful and polite. Mina, he would say, always stay out of trouble and help people when you can, but never put yourself in danger. Mina nodded and did her work carefully. She never imagined that today would be a day full of surprises. It started with a sound she usually ignored. The phone at the receptionist's desk rang loudly, echoing in the empty lobby. Normally, the receptionist would answer, but today the desk was empty. Mina stopped sweeping and looked at the phone. Her heart skipped a beat. She had never answered the phone before. Phones were for the office staff, not for janitors or their children. But the ringing was insistent. Mina thought about leaving it, but curiosity won. She carefully picked up the receiver. "Hello?" she said, her voice trembling slightly. There was silence for a moment, then a man's voice came through the line. It was firm and urgent. "Is this Mina? I am calling about Mr. Khan. This is very important. Please listen carefully." Mina blinked. How did he know her name? And who was Mr. Khan? She had seen him once before in the building. He was a tall man with a kind smile who walked quickly between offices. She had never spoken to him, but she knew he was important. The man continued, "A contract has been sent to Mr. Khan. It is fake. If he signs it, he will lose a lot of money. We need someone to warn him immediately." Mina's heart raced. She was just a janitor's daughter. How could she warn a millionaire businessman? She looked around the lobby, which was quiet and empty except for her. She took a deep breath. She remembered her father's words. "Help people when you can. I can try," Mina said carefully. "Good," the man replied. "Please go to his office. Tell him not to sign anything. Make sure he knows the contract is fake." Mina felt a mixture of fear and determination. She had never entered the offices before. It was not allowed. She was only supposed to stay in the lobby and clean. But something in her chest told her she had to help. She held the phone tightly and ran toward the elevators. Her legs moved fast, her heart beating harder with every step. She pressed the button for the floor she knew Mr. Khan worked on. The elevator doors closed slowly, and she felt a strange mix of excitement and worry. When the elevator opened, Mina stepped out quietly. The long hallway stretched before her. Doors lined both sides, each with the name of a person who worked in the office. She walked carefully, hoping no one would stop her. Finally, she reached a glass door with a nameplate that read, "Mr. Khan." She paused. What if he didn't believe her? What if she was laughed at or ignored? She swallowed her fear and knocked gently on the door. A voice from inside said, "Yes? Who is it?" I am Mina," she said, her voice trembling but firm. "I work in the lobby. I need to tell you something important. Please listen. It is about a contract. It is not real. Someone is trying to trick you." Inside, a man stood up. It was Mr. Khan. He looked at her with surprise and curiosity. He was not angry, not impatient. He studied her face for a moment. "Why are you telling me this?" he asked. Mina lifted the phone slightly as proof. "I heard it on the phone," she said. "Someone called about the contract. It is dangerous. Please do not sign anything." Mr. Khan paused and then nodded slowly. There was something in Mina's eyes that made him believe her. She was just a girl, but she sounded serious. She sounded honest. "All right," he said finally. "Tell me everything you heard." Mina took a deep breath and began to explain. She was no longer just a janitor's daughter. She was a messenger. And without realizing it, she had taken her first step into a situation that could change her life forever.